everyone, I've come on to make my collage board for the cat journal. So I've got my glue, I've got my scraps of paper that I've got left over from making the signatures and things. I've got some text. I used some of this to make the signatures, which is from a Japanese book. I've got some vintage text which I used to make some of the pages in the signatures with. I've got some music paper, and I also took a photograph of the fabrics and printed that out. I thought that would be a good idea because the actual fabrics I may use in a snippet strip down the edge of a page, but I thought the actual paper would be better. Paper would be better than fabric for the collage board. So let's cut out some of the bits we want to use. I will actually tear them, but I'm just cutting off the white edges of this. So the idea is that this will become a background for things like journaling cards and tags. That's what I use it for anyway. I mean, you could make envelopes out of it and things like that. What I've started doing as well, once I've made the collage board, is taking a photograph of it, so that if I wanted to make an envelope, I could make it out of the photographed collage board rather than the actual collage board, so that all the bits don't fall off and it doesn't come apart. So then now I can tear this. So where's my, I've got a little metal ruler. Forget it. I did try and do it so it was a third of the page, the each fabric, because I had 3 fabrics. I tried to do it so that it was a third of the page. Gabby, if you're watching, it would be great if you could give me some feedback. Let me know what you think, please. This is the wallpaper that I had. It's quite thick, but I do think we can get away with it if we, you know, I do think we can get away with it. It has got these pretty birds on it, and I did, on one little bit that I had left, it had a little bird that I cut out. You can see where I cut it out there. Where's it gone? Here it is. I may use that somewhere in the journal as well. I haven't decided yet, but yeah. So this is going to be the background for things like tags and for journaling cards. And then, yeah, once I'll use some of the other things that I've got, like stickers and cutouts, like die cuts of cats. I've got some pictures of anime which Gabby has requested, so that can go in, as they can go on as well over the top of the background, if you see what I mean, so that we've got our background of all these bits that are throughout the journal, and then we'll have the other things, the main components, which are the anime and the cats. Yeah, it's refreshing to be doing something a bit different, you know, something more, well, a bit more modern, I'd say, rather than doing a vintage one this time. I mean, it does have vintage elements in it, but it's more of a, you know, more of a modern journal it's going to be. So I actually ended up getting my stitching done as well. I've got my pockets and my ruffles stitched, page ruffles. This was just after I'd decided it was about time to launch my sewing machine out of the window. I've had nothing but trouble with my sewing machine for weeks. It's a Singer Excellence, no, is it Excellence or Brilliance? Brilliance, I think. Yeah, Singer Brilliance. And it's been great since I had it. I got it from somewhere like either Aldi or Lidl, one of the two. It was a great price, and it is a good machine usually. But it has recently decided it's not going to wind up bobbins anymore, which is a real nuisance when I haven't got room in here for 2 sewing machines. I've only got room for the one. So, you know, I've been hand winding bobbins, which is which is a pain in the backside. Anyway, it was chewing up paper in the last journal I was doing, so I ended up not being able to do any stitching in that journal for fear of ruining the pages. But I have got some done in this journal. I think my sewing machine must have heard me tell my husband that I was ready to launch it out of the window, because it suddenly just started working. And I got all of my pockets sewn, I got my ruffles sewn, and I even got some pages in the journal edged. One I did have to put in the dustbin because it chewed it up, but yeah, after that it worked well, and I got the other bits done without any problem. So yeah, I think it must have heard me say I was going to launch it out of the window. Sewing machines and computers and printers. Printers probably being the worst, are the bane of my life when it comes to things going wrong. Oh, it really is a nuisance when you know, you're trying to print something off, and I had a stage not long ago where my printer would not print. It was printing everything way too dark, and I ended up throwing out my whole batch of ink that I'd got, buying a whole new set, and then I found that my printer wouldn't, when I was putting new cartridges in, it wouldn't do usually when you put a cartridge in, it like charges the cartridge up, so you're getting all of the you know, the ink through and it's flowing properly. It wasn't doing that, and it still isn't, to be honest. What I have to do is put a new cartridge in and then do a head clean, 2 head cleans, to make sure that the ink is running and flowing properly. The only trouble is it uses a lot of ink to do a head clean, so yeah, that's a bit of a pain. Lost my ruler now, but anyway, I've got it sorted. I really want one of those eco printers, eco tank printers that I've heard everyone talking about. I want one of those. I've heard that the ink in those lasts ages, and I love Epsom printers, and I found an Epsom one, so yeah, I'm wanting one of those, but I don't want to throw out an almost perfectly good printer just to buy an eco tank one. I'm going to wait until, you know, it's well and truly had it. Now I've taken these bits off here, and I will save those to print words onto with my printing inks, because they look really nice on these vintage papers. And like, if you can get your the first sheet of paper from your vintage book, what do you call it? Oh, I can't remember what you call it. You know, the first page that's normally blank. It's good to use for printing on as well, but I do save that, like when there's a broad edge like that, it's great for printing on pictures, even, you know, even small pictures, but definitely words. So they'll go in my little scrap pot that I have just for the words. I have one just of plain paper and card and things that I use to print my words on, and then I have one with all the rest of my bits of paper on that I make things with, so yeah. So I'm still having trouble. When I say I'm having trouble with my tooth, I'm not having trouble with it because I've got the medication down to a T, but I still know that it's that it's there, if you see what I mean. I haven't got an appointment until the 11th of August. This has been going on over a week now already, and I can't get an appointment until the 11th of August to have my tooth looked at, but I think I've got an infection in my gums, so I'm a bit worried that, you know, if it's not sorted. Yeah, so I've got some little bits of the silver doily here. I've trimmed it down to fit a bit better, so I've got some little bits of that. I've got everything all torn up, ready to plaster onto my piece of cardboard. It is card, it's a A3 card, and I bought it just to use. There is some metallic elements in the journal, so I'm going to use, this is a sweet wrapper that I have cleaned the back of very carefully, and I'm going to glue it down, just little bits of it, so that we've got the gold element there. I've got some of this graph paper, we've got some of that in there. Trying to get little elements of everything. So yeah, let's I enjoy decorating the once the collage board is made and cut out, I enjoy decorating it then, you know, making the journaling cards. I think we might have enough there, do you? We'll leave some of these bits over here just in case. Oh, we want some of this. This is pieces of colouring paper, because there are colouring pages in there. This is a bit that I cut off the end, so we'll use that. More of the silver, because we only had a little bit of that anyway. I might save a little bit of that to put on the bookmark as well. I've got that ready to decorate too. So let's leave these bits here. I don't think, oh, there is some more. Oh, look at me, I'm covered in it. There is some more. There's not much colouring paper, so I'm going to make sure I put that on the, you know, on the top where we can see it better. So then the next step is to get the glue down and start. I'm going to use my glue stick. I found it's the best thing. I mean, I love the I really love the fabric glue, I do, but it is £20 a bottle, and I will use it to glue the fabric pockets into the journal. I've just had to replace my my bottle of fabric glue because it's running out. This size bottle is £20, and I bought two smaller £10 ones, so yeah, but you can see I've nearly run out there. There's just a little bit in there, about ½ an inch, so yeah, it may get me through this journal and it may not, we'll see. Right, so let's start sticking. It doesn't matter if it doesn't go right to the edge or if it overlaps. I can always trim it down if I need to, can't I? Might have a bit of cat on there, a bit of blue cat. And let's have some of this wallpaper. I've got some of that somewhere. I've got some text. It does stick really well, the glue sticks do, and I've not had any, you know, coming undone or anything like that, so yeah, it really is just a case of sticking stuff down now. Where's that wallpaper gone? I'm sure I tore some of it up. Can't find it now. Let's have a piece of that. Oh, I meant to see if I'd got, oh, here's some lot. I meant to see if I'd got any cat napkins so that I could, I love using the napkins to decorate a page with, or a pocket. Yeah, I'm a real fan of I love how it looks so delicate and it's so unusual. I just love it. And then we've got some of the, I'm not sure it's entirely anime, but it's a bit more comic, you know, it's comic-like fabric, so I'm going to use that. I like that. Let's have a bit of gold. I'm going to like put the gold and silver sort of on the top so we can, so it doesn't get buried and so that we can see it better. It's going to be nice, this is. I'm going to love it. And I hope my friend Gabby is going to love it too. Gabby, if you're watching, please do give me some feedback. I'd love to know what you think so far, because it'd be awful if I'd got all this done and you decided you didn't like it. Yes, do please let me know, because I don't want to be carrying on. If it, you know, if there's something you don't like, do let me know and I'll do my best to change it for you. Although, yeah, we're getting a bit too far in now to be changing stuff. Maybe I'll, if you don't like it, maybe I'll start on and make you a different one. Yeah, I'd hate it if you didn't like it. So please do, if you're watching, leave me some feedback. Yeah, it's not a 2-minute job making a collage board. But it is quite relaxing. It's quite a nice, relaxing thing to do, and it does make it unique. It makes your journal unique, because no one else has got these same elements in their journal, and these same. Oh, we've already got that grey there. Let's have a bit of grey there instead. I keep lapsing the glue on, don't I? Calm down, Jay, we don't need so much glue. Right, let's put that just there. There we go. Is it glued on there? Yeah. And we'll have, where's some of that? There we go. Yeah, I thought taking a picture of the fabric was a good idea, because we can then use it in the some of the Japanese paper, use it for the collage board. I mean, I could put fabric on the collage board, but I think it probably wouldn't stick as well, so that's why I decided to take a picture instead. I think we can have another blue cap just here. So my husband has finally started, I mean, he has been doing a bit of harvesting, but it's been so on and off and on and off. You know, the weather has been awful. He's been managing to do a bit here and a bit there, but he was at work until 10 o'clock last night. He's at work today, so he'll be working unless it starts to rain, and it has to, you know, I mean, a little shower shouldn't upset him, but it's not him it upsets, it's the combine. The combine bungs up if the crop is wet, so, and they have to dry the crop out anyway. If it's damp, it has to be a certain humidity before they can combine it, really. So yeah, if it's too damp, they can't do it, so they can't start first thing in the morning. They've got to wait until the humidity's gone down and the crop's dry enough to go. And it's, in the last week, it's been started to rain since then. My husband is a big believer in the St Swithins thing, that if it rains on St Swithins, it will rain for 40 days and 40 nights. And he says, in his experience, that's true. It does rain He says not. He doesn't mean that it's like Noah's Ark raining, but he says there'll be a bit of rain every day for 40 days and 40 nights. But yeah, he's hoping that it's just going to be little showers so we can get on and get this harvest in. He is the combine driver, so yeah. And then they've had problems with the combine breaking down, and then the other day one of the tyres on one of the trailers, because you know they have to have trailers so that they can take the crop away. Once the combine's full, it's tipped into a trailer, taken away and dried and that ready for selling. But yes, one of the tyres burst, and he was quite near it when it burst. He said it was quite frightening, you know, because they're massive tyres. Yeah, £900 a tyre. And when they asked for a discount for buying 4, they said we'll give you £25 off per tyre. £25 off a £900 tyre is a bit of an insult, really, isn't it? Wow. But yes, even things like that have gone up, haven't they? Everything's gone up. Oh, it's coming along lovely. I'm liking this. A little bit there, not quite stuck down. Oh yeah, it's going to be lovely. So my friend Gaynor, who bought the hot air balloon journal, said that she's been finding little bits in there that I don't, when I send a journal I add a few little extra bits into it that I haven't mentioned during the making of it. You know, I add a few little extra bits for the journaler to find when they get the journal. I just think it's nice to, you know, have a few little extra. Oh, I don't think we've had any of that yet, have we? Oh, we have had, we've had a bit of it, yeah. I think it's nice to have a little bit of a surprise in there as well. So yeah, Gaynor said she's found the surprises that are put in her journal. So I'm so pleased she likes it. It really, you know, it really does make my day when someone. Even when someone buys my journal or orders a journal, you know, I'm absolutely thrilled. The fact that she's delighted with it really, really does boost my confidence no end. I'm so thrilled. Gaynor had actually commissioned the journal, but I did say to her, you know, if you're not happy with it, don't buy it just because you've commissioned it. If it's not what you want, I'll make another one, you know. But she did buy it, so that was wonderful. So chuffed. It's difficult to know what people like, isn't it? I mean, different things can be interpreted different ways, can't they? We don't all like the same things, and yeah. Let's pop that there. What am I missing here? I'm missing some. Got lots of that. Well, I haven't had any of the colouring papers yet, have I? I'm going to put that on the top though. Here we are, here's some colouring paper. Let's pop that just there. I want to make sure it shows up, but I only want like little bits of it. So I'm just going to like do that afterwards, I think. Pop it on afterwards. Right, that grey bit can go on there. My daughter and her family have gone to a wedding today. What a lovely day for a wedding. Nice that they're getting lovely weather, isn't it? It's her sister-in-law that's getting married, so her husband's sister. Yeah, so that's good. Really nice. It is nice to go to a wedding, isn't it? I had to do some alterations on my daughter's dress and my granddaughter's dress. My granddaughter is slim, but she's not very tall, so well, she's average height. I'm not saying she's short, she's not, but she's, you know, she's more on the slender petite side than on, you know, than being tall. So her dress was too wide. I had to take in the back of it for her a little bit. I just literally moved the buttons for her on the back, because that's it, you know, it wasn't massively too wide. And for some reason they'd put a peephole bit in my daughter's dress. She says, I really don't think it's appropriate to turn up at a wedding with a peephole bit and, you know, your tummy peeping out of your dress. So she said, I've tried tucking it in and it looks all right. Do you think you could just sew the peephole bit up for me? So yeah, that's what I did. I sewed up the peephole. Anyway, I got a message saying, oh, thanks Mum, the dresses are perfect. So that was good. Yeah. My little grandson, who is coming up to 5 and starting school in September, they came for tea on Thursday, him and his sister, and he has started loving the hammer beads. The trouble is, he doesn't actually want to do them himself, but he knows exactly what he wants, and he wants you to do it for him, which is fine. I don't mind doing it for him, but he wanted me to make a 3D thing the other day, and I said, sweetheart, Mima, I can't do the 3D things with the hammer beads. We haven't got enough beads for a start. Oh dear. And then he wanted me to make a little hammer person of him and his friend, which I did. And but it has to be just right. He does have ADHD and he does have autistic traits as well, and it has to be just right, and he gets so upset if it's not. So I was trying to, you know, I was saying to him, it's all right, don't worry, you tell me how to do it and I'll do it. Anyway, we got there in the end and he was happy with those, but like I say, then he went on to want me to do a 3D thing, and I said, I can't do them. I said, I'll tell you what, we'll have a look at the 3D thing another day, and I'm hoping he'll forget, but he won't, you know, he's got such a good memory. He'll come and he'll say, Mima, can you get out the box that's got a box in it? Which is what the hammer beads are kept in. They're kept in little trays inside a plastic box, so hence the box inside a box. And yeah, I have to, can you get the box inside a box out? Yes, I'll get it out. And then he'll say, he said, I'm going to make you a rainbow coaster to put your drink on. I said, oh, that's really lovely. Yeah, well, how are you going to do that? Well, he instructed me how to do it, and then he was very pleased with himself when I'd done it, and he said, do you like it? And yeah, it's beautiful. I made that for you, didn't I? Yes, thanks. Bless him. He designed it, didn't he? He's so lovely, such a loving little boy. He really is. He's such, yeah, he really is lovely. We absolutely, well, we adore all of our grandchildren, but as you do, but yeah, he's a little treasure, bless him. Can't believe he's starting school in September. Right, I'm going to finish this off and then I'll come back and show you how I'm going to cut it up. So. Okay, 3 hours later, well, not 3 hours, but 1, we have the collage board finished. I just need to leave it to dry now. I'm going to, but in the meantime, I'm going to take a picture of it, and then I can print that out and use the printout to start making some of the journaling cards with. So yes, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.